It's finally beginning to look like Zhang versus Martin Bakole is definitely gonna happen, man. You know what? If you watch my last video, I talked about this fight. I talked about this potential fight happening between Zhang and Martin Bakole. Obviously, Zhang came off a knockout win against the former world champion Deontay Wilder, and Martin Bakole just beat one of the biggest prospects in a heavyweight division in Gerard the Baby Anderson. Everyone was talking about Gerard the Baby Anderson, you know, being this great, the next thing. Do you know what I mean? He was the next thing in a heavyweight division. He's young, talented, he's American. All the promoters hyping him up and stuff like that. So Martin Bakole said, wait a minute here. This is my time. Do you know what I mean? I've worked hard. I deserve my shot. And Martin Bakole definitely took the opportunity to make a big statement. When you watch Martin Bakole, it's not boring. Do you know what I mean? He's going to throw punches from different angles. He's going to come from it. He's not shy. He's not holding back. He's coming from it. He's got the gas tank. He's got the chin. He's got everything in it. So him against Zhang, I always thought that's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a great matchup. But you know what, yeah? I always fear that because Zhang and Joseph Parker are both promoted by Frank Warren, I thought, you know what, it's not going to happen in it, because I always thought to myself, Frank Warren is not going to take the risk of one of his fighters losing to Martin Bakole, because then they're going to lose their ranking positions. You know what I mean? Zhang is ranked at number 4. Currently, Martin Bakole is ranked at number 7 in the heavyweight division. And you know what I mean? So for Frank Warren, just looking as a promoter, as a businessman, I was trying to think in Frank Warren's position. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to think, what would Frank Warren actually be thinking right now, trying to make a fight like that? Frank Warren's got Tyson Fury fighting in December, yeah, against Alexander Usyk for the belt. That's the rematch. And then he's got Anthony Joshua taking on Daniel Dubois in September at Wembley. Yeah, so Frank Warren, like in that top 5, yeah, he's got Tyson Fury, he's got Joseph Parker, and I believe he's got Daniel Dubois, and he's got Zhang. He's got 4 fighters locked in. Do you know what I mean? He's got 4 fighters locked in that top 10 of the heavyweight division. So he's not trying to get his fighters to lose that ranking position, especially with a high risk, low reward fighter like Martin Bakole. Do you know what I mean? I'm thinking to myself, Frank Warren, he probably wants to get the Zhang versus Joseph Park. He wants to get that rematch get made, probably in China. And the winner of that will probably face the winner out of AJ versus Dubois in September. And one of Frank Warren's fighters can go for that for the heavyweight title as well. So I was thinking, I was a bit skeptical, would it really happen? But you know what? Yeah, in recent days, His Excellency Turki Alalshikh has come out and he said he wants to make Zhang versus Bakole potentially in December Riyadh season in China. Do you know what I mean? It's coming from the main man himself, the main guy who's in charge of Riyadh season, and he wants to make that fight. And you know what? When Turki Alalshikh says he wants to make a fight, they usually happen. Do you know what I mean? This guy, if you look at him and what he's done to boxing in the last 2 to 3 years, yeah, how he's made the matchups, all these big fights are starting to happen in boxing. It's all because of Riyadh season and Turki Alalshikh. This guy means business. He's not messing around. If he sees that a fight makes sense, if he sees that the public demand a fight, he's gonna make it happen. And money's not a problem. Money is no problem. I'm just happy that if this fight happens, my guy, Martin Bakole, the Congo power, Congo warrior, he's going to get paid. Do you know what I mean? He gets a big opportunity to make another big statement against Zhang, yeah, who's in the top 5 of the heavyweight division, yeah. If Martin Bakole beats Zhang, guess what? He's getting a title fight. There's no doubt about it, no 2 ways about it. I know it. Martin Bakole will get a title fight if he was to defeat Zhang. If this fight really happens, yeah. If if His Excellency Turki Alalshikh is really serious and it means what it says, and I have no doubt, yeah, do you know what I mean, to not believe what it says, because so far everything he said has happened, yeah. So if the fight does happen in December, I have Bakole's favorite. Zhang, yeah, we've seen him in fights here. Once he goes beyond the 5th round, 6th round, he gasses out, man. And how old is he? 41, 42? He ain't got a gas tank, man. He ain't got that gas tank for the pressure that Martin Bakole is going to bring to him. Obviously, listen, heavyweight boxing, anything can happen. Zhile Zhang is going to crack off the left hand. Do you know what I mean? He's a southpaw. We saw what he done against Joe Joyce twice. We've seen what he done to Deontay Wilder. So we already know Zhile Zhang is the real deal. But we also saw his vulnerability against Filip Hrgovic, where he tired of, he was winning that fight. He got tired. Hrgovic won it by split decision, I believe. And it was called because Zhile Zhang got tired. And then we saw Zhile Zhang against Joseph Parker. It started well. He knocked down Joseph Parker, but then Joseph Parker, you know what I mean? Hit the pedals, put that pressure on. Do you know what I mean? Up the pace a little bit. And once he was beyond the sixth round, Zhile Zhang had no answers, man. And Joseph Parker was just able to just do his thing. Do you know what I mean? Box and move, stay at a distance, and he won the fight. Do you know what I mean? Joseph Parker won the fight. So can you imagine now? Martin Bakole has way more power than Joseph Parker. Do you know what I mean? And Martin Bakole has power in both hands. His jab alone can knock your head off. The uppercut will blow your head off. And his right hand, listen, Zhile Zhang, I don't think he's ready for that smoke. All due respect to Zhile Zhang, I respect the guy great, but I just think with age and also his conditioning is not going to be on his side against a powerhouse like a Martin Bakole. So for me, I'm hyped. You know me, I love boxing. I'm hyped and I love to see the big fights, yeah? I love to see the big fights. So Zhile Zhang versus Martin Bakole in December, Riyadh season, whether it be in China, yeah, whether it be in Saudi Arabia, I don't care. Just make the fight happen. You know what? Matter of fact, let's have Riyadh season in Africa. Why not? Let's bring Riyadh season in Africa. Martin Bakole right now, he's on fire. You saw the video of him when he went back to his home country of the Congo. You saw the reception that he got at the airport. Thousands gathered. He got a hero's welcome. It was crazy. Can you imagine Riyadh season in Africa? Like Martin Bakole headlining that fight. That will be absolutely crazy. Like it will be amazing. I'll travel to Africa to watch that game. I'll go to Africa and cover that fight. That's our hype time. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's about time a big event goes to Africa. There ain't been one in Africa since Zaire, Muhammad Ali versus George Foreman. Come on, man. Let's make it happen. His Excellency Turki Alalshikh should definitely bring Riyadh season to Africa. That's gonna be mad. It's gonna be epic. Frank Warren, he wants the Zhang versus Parker. Those two fights, he promotes them and he doesn't lose. It's a win-win for Frank Warren. If Joseph Parker fights Zhile Zhang, it's a win-win for Frank Warren because if any of those, well, the winner of that fighter gets the title, that's still Frank Warren's fighter. And if Dubois beats AJ in September, do you know what I mean, and retains the IBF World Heavyweight Championship, yeah, he fights one of Frank Warren's fighters. And guess what? If that fight was to go ahead, let's say Joseph Parker versus Dubois or Zhang versus Dubois, that fight was to happen, and Frank Warren still has the IBF title, fast forward to December when Tyson Fury takes on Alexander Usyk. If Fury wins that fight, all the heavyweight belts, yeah, will be under the Queensbury Promotions. Do you know what I mean? Frank Warren will have all the belts in-house. Do you know how much power Frank Warren gets? When it comes to negotiation, when it comes to everything. Do you know what I mean? Like Frank Warren will be like untouchable. He will be the guy. Do you know what I mean? He'll be the promoter that everyone has to go to and beg, please, can I have a fight? Please, can AJ fight this guy? Do you know what I mean? So Frank Warren, I'm just looking at his plans that he has ahead. He does not want any of his fighters at this moment to fight Martin Bakole. I'm not saying Frank Warren is scared for his fighters to take on Martin Bakole. I don't think he cares. Do you know what I mean? But what he does care about is those belts in it. He wants to keep those belts because if all his fighters have those belts, he's got negotiation power, man. And boxing is all about who has the belt, who's the champion. Do you know what I mean? The champion gets the most money. Frank Warren makes the most money. His Excellency Turki Alalshikh comes out and says, "Oh, I wanna make Zhang versus Martin Bakole in December." Frank Warren must be scratching just thinking, it's not exactly the plan, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's not really what I want. But whatever His Excellency Turki Alalshikh says usually happen. And I think if he's already thinking that, if he wants to make it happen, I think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen. And in my opinion, Martin Bakole wins it. Do you know what I mean? Simply because he's too awkward. He's got a great chin. Like he's got power in both hands, and he doesn't gas. He can keep on going with that same pace for 12 rounds. And I don't think Zhilei Zhang can. That's the problem with Zhilei Zhang. He's got great power in his left hand. He's fantastic. But we've seen in previous fight against Philip Hergovich and then against Joseph Parker, Zhilei Zhang doesn't really have the stamina or the conditioning to go beyond the 6th round. He gasses out, he slows down, he starts throwing volume of punches. Do you know what I mean? So for that reason, I make Martin Bakole favorite. Guys, let me know, what do you think? Are you hyped about this fight? Are you excited to see a Zhilei Zhang versus Bakole Riyadh season in December in China? Do you know what I mean? Or in Saudi Arabia, in Africa? You let me know, what do you think? Or you don't care about the location? All you care about is seeing the big fights. Has Africa actually ever had a world heavyweight champion? Let me know. Not that I can remember from the top of my head, but let me know. I don't think so. I don't think there's ever been a heavyweight champion of the world that was from Africa. Do you know what I mean? Like born in Africa, raised in Africa. You know what I mean? You get the gist. Do you know what I mean? I don't think so. But if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. It's looking very, very likely that it will be Zhilei Zhang versus Martin Bakole in December, as His Excellency Turki Alalshikh has made, you know what I mean? He wants to make that fight, so it looks likely. Let me know who you think is going to win that fight. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Till the next time, peace.